What's going on, 8th grade? Second video in a week, okay? Because exponent laws are just that important and there's just that many of them. So what we're going to do is we are going to learn about our exponent laws when we have an exponent raised to another power, so a power to a power. And then we're also going to learn what happens when we have a power to a power and we have several things inside of our parentheses as our bases, okay? So without further ado, let's get to the video.
How are we doing, everybody? Today's video is going to be pretty short because it's pretty straightforward, but today we are talking about numbers in exponential form raised to a power, so a power to another power. So when we have this situation of an exponent that is raised to another power, essentially all that we have to do is multiply those powers together. So let's put this into practice. So when I have, for exercise 1, 15 to the third to the ninth power, this is the same thing as 15 to the 3 times 9, which is 15 to the 27th power. Sorry, that 1 looks like a 2. And that's it for that. Pretty straightforward. So same thing for number 2. So I keep my same base, 5 times 8. I know that looks like a subtraction sign, but 5 times 8, and that's going to be -2 to the 40th power. That looks like an awful zero. I'm having a hard time writing today. For exercise 3, again, I keep the same base, and it's 17 times 4, and 17 times 4 is, in fact, let me double check here, 68. So this is going to be to the 68th power. And then down here, again, I can treat variables just like numbers. So I'm going to have s to the 17th times 4, which again is going to give me s to the 68th power. So now there's one more part about this law, or an extra law, that I need to talk about. When I have two variables that are both raised to a power, that is the same thing as distributing that exponent into that parentheses. So let's talk about a couple of examples with those. So I have 11 times 4, all of that to the ninth. So all I have to do is not stop screen recording, but all I have to do is 11 to the ninth times 4. Let me change this and make it a dot. 11 to the ninth times 4 to the ninth. And that's it. So now I can see on exercise 8, I have 3 squared times 7 to the fourth. This is an example of our powers being raised to another power. So this is like 3 to the 2 times 5 times 7 to the 4 times 5. So this is going to become 3 to the 10th times 7 to the 20th power. Couple more examples here, then we're done. So exercise 9, again, I need to distribute that power of 5 in there. So it's just 3 to the 2 times 5 and a to the 4 times 5. So that becomes 3 to the 10th times a, that looks like a 9, times a to the 20th. Let's look at exercise 10. So let x be a number. This is 5 to the 7th times x to the 7th. It is the same thing. I need to distribute that to both. And normally we would figure out what 5 to the 7th is, but right now we're just going to keep moving on. So same thing for exercise 11. Distribute that to each term. So I'm going to have 5 to the 7th times, that's looking terrible. Let me make this a little bit smaller. 5 to the 7th times x to the 7th. And originally I have y squared, so that's like y to the 2 times 7. So this becomes 5 to the 7th times x to the 7th times x times y to the 14th, because 2 times 7 is 14. And one last problem for us really quick. Let a, b, and c be numbers. Again, I need to distribute this power of 4 to each term. So this is a to the 2 times 4 times b to the 4th times c to the 3 times 4. 2 times 4 is 8, so I have a to the 8th times b to the 4th because nothing changed there, and c 3 times 4 is 12. And that's going to be my final answer. So that's the end of our video for today. Thank you for watching it. Make sure that you like and subscribe on this page, like this video, subscribe to the page. You can even turn on notifications if you want, so that way you know when I am posting next. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email, or you can send me a message on Schoology, and I will be happy to help you out. But until then, I hope that you have a great day.